um, give you an idea of sort of how you might embark on your own design. And so what we're talking about today is unity and harmony in a work of art. And when we talk about unity and harmony, or harmony and unity, we're looking at how all of the elements that the artist has used are similar in a way that make them work together or look like they belong together. And so I've chosen a few examples I think that are pretty good examples, and they'll help you understand what the assignment is today. And so our assignment today is really two-part. One is to make a design that shows unity, and the second is to explain why it shows unity. And so you can do that in one or two quick, easy sentences. So for this one, we can look and say, how does this demonstrate harmony? And as we look at to see how does this work illustrate harmony, we can say, well, the artist has used the same repeated shape, these circles, over and over again. He's used the repeated shape of the squares or these rectangles that the circles are on. He's repeated the use of the color throughout. There's this orange goes throughout, the purple's here throughout, the blue is here throughout, the red is here throughout. And they're used in roughly equal measures. So there's lots of things they've done to provide that look of unity. When we look over on the right, we see that they're using some contrast, some cool on one side and warm on the other. But when we look at how those warm and cool interchange, we see some of that orange being used over here that we see over here. We see some of the cool blue purple that's used over on the left side being used on the right side. The eyes again transition that blue into this space. When we look at how the artist used line to create the shapes are very geometric and similar in the way that they are created. Even really, if you look at the style at which the tips are created in these flames, it looks like the tips of these stars. Same with the nose of the moon and the sun. So the way the artist is using line is similar. Even though the colors are different, we see cool blue, we see warm red, the value of them is almost the same. In other words, if you squint or you were to print this out in black and white and no color, these would be almost the same shade of gray. So those are a few ways that that artist has created harmony, created unity. When we look at this work of art, even though the artist is using 4 separate colors, the way they're using the colors is almost identical. The shapes they've created with the sort of melting look of the crayons or the color pencils is very similar. The way they've used color is similar. We see the sort of rainbow values, a rainbow of values that can be created with those individual colors. And then we have this unifying sort of gray in between each of the 4 that sort of ties the whole work together. So think about it in 1 or 2 sentences, you can explain what the artist did to create the look of unity and harmony. In this one, again, not only is the artist using only orange, which immediately kind of gives us this harmony all belongs together. It's all in the same color range, from those very bright oranges to the very dark oranges. We also see very similar use of shape. The shapes are repeated, these violin shapes with these sort of bent branch-like necks on them. Again, the repeated shape of the head of the top of the neck there. And then again, that use of how the artist is using with the medium. Not only do we see the color similarities, but this repeated use of the dark to light as it creates this edge of the works or of the violins or cellos, I guess those are. And last but not least, I like this one. They don't use color. This is just all black and white. And the way they've created harmony and unity is in a couple of different ways. First of all, we see the repeated use of the shape, the hand. A unity is also sort of created as literally the hands grasp one another. These look like they belong together because they become a single sort of piece. And so even if these weren't hands, let's say these were pipes that came in and had fittings that attached in these different ways, they would still create that same sort of look of unity. The values are similar, though, we talk about sometimes that chiaroscuro use of light, where we go from light to dark to show the three-dimensionality or roundness of an object, being used very similarly throughout all four of these. Even though all four arms are very different for a very hairy person, dark skin or light skin, it doesn't really matter. That the way the medium is being handled is the same on all four hands. So again, our assignment today or this week is to simply create one work of art that demonstrates unity and harmony, and then write one little brief statement that explains how you created that unity and harmony. Before we create an example here in class, can you all not see my screen? And the audio is messing up. Well, this is all great. All right, so I think it just kicked me out. My bad. Lord have mercy. Goodness, I've never been kicked out of my own meeting before. I think it may have done it yesterday for the first time. This is crazy. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Can you all see my screen? It's not fine. It's horrible. I appreciate that. It's very supportive and sweet, and also a lie. I get lots of it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's terrible. So guys, if you weren't able to hear me, I'm just going to repeat it really quickly. So with this, here's the assignment. I'm going to repeat it because I know a lot of you didn't really hear. You're going to create one work of art that demonstrates unity and harmony. Now, how you do it's up to you. I've been trying to show, and hopefully you were able to hear, how the artist used unity and harmony in these works of art. And I'll repeat some of that here in a moment. But in addition to creating your work of art, you're going to write one short statement that explains how you intended to create unity and harmony in that work of art. And so, for instance, if we look at this work of art, the artist might say, I know my audio stinks. I'm so sorry. The artist might say that they have repeated the use of these squares and then repeated the use of circles inside the squares. They have also repeated those colors throughout the entire work. For this one, the artist might say that they used lines similarly throughout and created geometric shape. I'm going to type in the chat, so just make sure it's clarity. I should have said crummy. I'm gonna post this as a video later if it's crummy. All right, last I'll take if we look at this one, the artist might say that they use the same color throughout and just use values of the different color from lights to darks to create unity. The artist might say they use similar shapes repeated to create unity and that sort of thing. And so, guys, I'm going to try to wrap it up because I know how awful it is. But I want to take a look before we go at what you all have posted first. And then, whoops, wrong one. Hey, look, everybody follow directions. Nobody put it on the first page. It's awesome. Oh, and I love seeing on the first page an artist who is both in the real world and the digital world. I love the fact that you are, and is this digital or is this a painting? And it looks like it's on a screen. No, I mean, is that digital on the left? No, I mean, is this digital on the left? Is this Procreate or something? So I think this is digital. And the reason I want to point it out is because this is definitely watercolor over here on the right. And I want you to see how soft the transitions and these color blending occur on the digital equally as well as they do and beautifully as they do on the watercolor itself. And so that demonstrates someone who has a real strong mastery of that media. You've clearly been using this for a while, and it shows. Looks great. Nothing on slide 3. What else we got? Dominic, it's just not loading. Oh, that's cool. Oh, very nice. So I'll call this anime. That was that what this the genre. I don't know exactly what's going on in the background, but I love this. It looks like it's almost like waves crashing. You get this sense of anger and energy, and I love the 3-dimensional sort of the pose in that Demon Slayer. I love it, and that and the sort of turn of his face there. Very well done. Okay, so I really like this work. I think I've seen. I think you've shown this before. I think this is a great example of, first of all, that use. I think this is digital, and I like that the blending that goes on in that green and back. But when we look at simple shape, I love showing these types of works to my students that art can be really simple and elegant about a very simple shape. This is a perfect work for that demonstration. You can see a real simple composition, this S composition that's sort of created. We talked a little bit about that in Art Humanities, my high school class, about compositions that kind of change through time, through history. I love, and again, simple line drawings are some of my favorite. Gesture drawings. Think about how quickly, with just a few lines, you can capture someone's expression on their face. Is this person happy, sad, and discontent? I love that. All right, I think that's all that got posted. All right, real quick, I'm going to do a quick demo just to kind of show you what I mean, and then I'll let you guys get to it. So I'm going to, of course, use Canvas real quick. And I'm just going to show you one of the ways. And again, we looked at several examples, but I just kind of want to walk you through what maybe I will. Maybe it's just going to circle. It's going to spin here for the whole time. It's not going to let me do Canvas, is it? Well, maybe. Let's try this again. All right. So because I like to use layers, I'm going to come over here and first thing I'm going to do is make a couple layers. Okay. And so well, the first thing I would do is I'm going to establish sort of where my work of art is. And whenever I work with this application, I always kind of lose my edges. I don't consider those edges. And so if we have just a simple piece of paper, I want to think about design wise, what am I going to do to create sort of that look of unity? And the easiest thing for me is to think about the repeated shape. And I like the pear shape. This is some weird looking pears. And so if I just repeat a pear shape a few times, I already start to get a little bit of that unity develop. If I then start using color to try to reinforce that unity, and maybe I'll go with sort of a blue-green background, and then make all of these pairs green, I'm using color to sort of unify as well, because we know that blue and green are analogous colors. They lay next to each other on the color wheel. We know that because we studied that when we studied color. And we know that they kind of work together. They look like they belong together. Colors that are analogous are near each other on that color wheel. And so as I write my little artist statement at the bottom here in just a moment, I'll include the idea of how I'm using analogous colors to create this look of harmony. And again, guys, I'm going to do this in about 3 minutes. I'm keeping it quick, but part of that I want you to understand is yours don't have to take forever. But what I do want them to do is demonstrate the concept that we're studying that week. And by that, I mean, I'm asking you, please don't turn in a completely unrelated work of art, something that really doesn't have anything to do with creating unity. Just do your best to create something that has unity. And again, one of the reasons I'm asking you to write the artist statement is I might not recognize exactly the way you intended to create harmony. And so by having you explain it, it does a couple things. First of all, it helps me recognize it. but it also reinforces the actual knowledge that you know what you're talking about. You knew what you intended to do when you did it, and it didn't just happen by accident. Okay, and so last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to pick a brown. Let's just go with that. All right, a little. All right, so this is my work of art. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write my little artist statement. And then I'm going to put I used analogous All right, this is what I want from you. It does not have to look like mine. Matter of fact, it should not look like mine. And I want you simply to do a drawing and put an artist statement. I used whatever to create harmony or unity. And in my case, I use analogous colors and repeated shapes to create that harmony and that unity. It's that simple. You don't have to make it more complicated than it has to be, but I just want you to explain to me that you know what you're doing and that you understand how artists use unity and harmony to create art. I've got 3 questions. Let me see. Oh, I'm breaking up. It's just I'm breaking up. It does look a little like an avocado. Yeah, okay. Maybe they're avocados. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll post this video if you were not able to hear. Go make art. Have a great day. Thanks, guys. I apologize again for the lousy quality of video and audio. Bye, guys. Have fun. Make art. Make art. Oh, attendance. Yeah, I'll up in the hold on. Guys, if you did not do the attendance, hold on. I gotta do it. Gotta get it. Hold on, I put it in the chat now. If you did not do the attendance, please do so now. The link is in the chat. Don't leave until you've been here. We had 29 students in here at one time, and I still only got 21 responses. Don't know what to do. How can I get everybody to fill out the check-in? What's the key? It's cold. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's awful. What key? What key? Oh, the key to the key to getting everybody to, yeah, I don't know what it is either. The carrot. What's the carrot? Or stick. I don't like to use the stick, but Journey, you're good to go. Have a great day. Go make some art. Have fun. No, I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry. Man, there's nothing worse than a headache. Yeah, Jersey guys, if you're done the check-in, have a great day. If you weren't able to hear the lesson, I'm going to post it in about an hour. It has to convert, but you can go back and watch it if you missed anything. If you missed it all. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, thank you. I appreciate that. If you haven't already, please make sure you click that attendance link in the chat. I'm putting it in there one last time. Somebody just came in. Guys, and again, if it kicked you out and you're having trouble getting back in, my apologies. If you need the link, a couple of you still looking for the link maybe for the share out. If you need that, let me know. Last but not least, don't forget your assignment. Make it look cool. Unity and harmony. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my dad, I hope he feels better soon, too. Thank you all. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Tracy Bruno, are you new to the class? Hi, Tracy. Oh, hi, Tracy. I'm like, that's a new student. I don't remember that name. Hi, we're just kind of wrapping up this morning. The Zoom has been a little finicky with some of the kids. Kept kicking, had several of them kicked out, and so I post mine right after the lesson so they can go back and watch, and then they come back in very often with questions and that sort of thing. Hold on, let me. Yeah, I'm breaking up. That's one of the reasons we kind of wrapped up a little earlier today. The audio. Let me turn my video off. Does that help at all? Yeah, the audio, the YouTube or the Zoom has been particularly finicky today. It kept kicking students out, and so what I do is I've got a. I'll show you our. And Malik, Jabez, if you have questions, let me know. And don't forget, please include an artist statement with your work this week. This is our homepage, and all my stuff runs from our homepage. As you can see, the internet's being particularly slow today. And then all of my classes run from the home screen. They can click here and go back and look at any of the lessons they've ever missed. They can look for any of the make day. We have a day where we discuss the lesson in the unit, and then we have the make day. Hey, Brantley, how are you, buddy? I'm gonna turn my video so it's me. Hey, Brantley, it's good to see you, bud. You feeling okay today? Hey, Brantley, I'm going to have the lesson posted if you weren't able to hear or see it earlier. Mr. Bruno, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Brantley, if you can hear me, listen, buddy, the assignment we're doing today is you all are creating unity and harmony. I'm going to have the make day lesson posted, but what you're going to be doing is looking how the artists create unity and harmony using color, shape, repetition of line and that sort of thing. And then you're going to just write one short artist statement that explains how you created that. Does that make sense? Brantley, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you type in the chat if you can hear me?